Disney World is running a scam on all of us, and I'm going to talk about that on this video. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, click that notification bell, and everyone, do me a favor, like the video. That helps a lot, okay? All right, there's two scams going on at Walt Disney World. One of them is with this ride right here, Rise of the Resistance, and this virtual queue scam they've got running. The other one is the park reservation system, and all of us that are annual pass members are being taken advantage of by Walt Disney World. I'm going to talk about both of those things, but first I want to talk about Rise of the Resistance here, okay? I have been on Rise of the Resistance one time, and I vlogged it, so I went and looked up the vlog so I could find out how long ago that was. Look at this. February 2nd, 2020 was the last time I was able to get on Rise of the Resistance, and it's not because I haven't tried, and I'm really pissed off about this, and I know I'm not alone. Now, I went to Disney Hollywood Studios yesterday, okay, and it's about a 2.5-hour drive from my house, so I leave early, and I'm on the turnpike headed north, and as the clock gets close to 7, I pull off on a Turnpike Rest Plaza stop so I can be parked and safely get out my iPhone and pull up my Disney Experience app and try to get a virtual queue. Now, the park opens at 9, the passes start at 7, but I head up a lot earlier because if I get lucky enough, which hasn't happened except this time back in February 2020, okay, I might get on one of the first boarding groups. And if I'm not there in the park and I'm on one of those first boarding groups, I'm going to miss my opportunity. And yet again, boom, I pull over, I get off the turnpike about 15 minutes before 7. I got my phone out, I got my app out, I'm doing it. 7 o'clock comes, boom, all the boarding passes are taken. All the boarding passes are taken. And now because of the reservation system, I'm locked into Hollywood Studios, so I got to go there anyway. And so they let you try again at 1 p.m. You can try to get on the second batch of boarding passes. I've tried that many times, including yesterday, and guess what? Boom, those are all filled up too. And I'll tell you why, because the ride, you guys know this that have been up there a few times, the ride does get backed up and it does break down sometimes and stop. So when 1 o'clock comes around, they haven't, most of the time, gone through all of the boarding groups from the morning. So they've got to finish those off first before they hand out new ones. I don't even know if they have boarding group availability at 1 o'clock. If you've been able to get 1 p.m. Boarding groups on Rise of the Resistance, let me know in the comments. I haven't seen it happen with anybody I know. I'm sure somebody has gotten on, but no one I know, and certainly not me. Okay, it's time to end this virtual queue nonsense and just let us wait in line, okay? I went to Galaxy's Edge on opening day. I waited in line 4 hours for Smuggler's Run, and I didn't mind because it's the greatest ride, okay? I'd wait in line 4 hours for this on occasion. I wouldn't do it on every trip. Now, there's a reason why I got on back in February 2020, and I haven't been able to get on Rise of the Resistance since. It's because they've changed the way they've done the virtual queues from the opening of the ride. The ride has always had a virtual queue, but they've changed it. And the way it used to be, you had to physically be inside the park. You had to be inside Hollywood Studios. You had to have your magic band scanned, and boom, you had to be inside. And so did your party, by the way, before you could join a boarding group. Now it's open to anybody with a reservation to Hollywood Studios. I could be in Orlando. I could be in the Bahamas. If I've got a reservation, I could be in California. If I've got a reservation to get into Rise of the Resistance around the planet Earth, I can go on the app and boom, make a reservation. So it's not just open to the people inside the park anymore. It's open up to the planet Earth. Okay? And I can't get on the ride, and I'm pissed off about it. I'm pissed off about it. And this goes into the other racket they're running, and that is the reservation systems for the park. Okay? It's time to end that. It's time to end that. You know, these failed attempts that I've had to get on rides. Hey, listen, I love Star Wars. I saw Star Wars in the theater in its original release in 1977. Okay, so you know this is a dream come true to be able to walk on the deck of the Millennium Falcon. Okay, but The reason that I go to Hollywood Studios as often as I do is because it's the only park I can get a reservation to, and I'm an annual pass holder. Okay, I got an annual pass for a couple of reasons. I like to go to the parks a lot. I don't like to pay for parking. That's another one. So those two things are a good reason. But because of the reservation system, I can rarely get a reservation to the park I want, and a whole bunch of times I go on there. This happens a lot. I can't even get a reservation to a park, period. I'm an annual pass holder. You guys having the same problem? So I went to Hollywood Studios yesterday, not because I wanted to waste my time trying to get on the impossible to get virtual queue for Rise of the Resistance. It's because it's the only park I could get a reservation to. Okay? So they're forcing me into the park. And then so I'm forced into my reservation. I've cleared out my day so I can be at the park. They forced me into a reservation at Hollywood Studios. I can't get the virtual queue for Rise of the Resistance. If it wasn't for Rise of the Resistance and Smuggler's Run, I'd probably go to Hollywood Studios the least of all the parks. You know, it keeps me going there a lot. But I'm locked in now because of this reservation system. I'm locked in. It's the only park that was available I could get into yesterday. So I can't get the reservation. Now I don't even want to go to the park, but I got to go because I can't park hop till 2. This is ridiculous. It's time to end the reservation system, all right? The masks are off. Even cast members do not have to wear masks anymore. We no longer need the reservation system. And stop the virtual queue at Rise of the Resistance. Why not just let us wait in line? I still go. People are waiting for Slinky Dog for 2 hours. Okay, yeah, the lines will be 4 hours for a while on Rise of the Resistance. It'll go down to 2 hours like normal. You know, I remember when Space Mountain would have 3-4 hour lines, okay, when it was new. As opposed to now. People will move on, but both of these rackets, both the virtual queue racket and this park reservation scam, it's time for them to end. Let me know what you think in the comments, all right? Make sure you subscribe, click that notification bell, and like the video. My name's Brian. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.